5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. Corporates have become an influential force in shaping the culture, economy, and lifestyle of many societies across the world. In recent decades, there has been growing concern that some organizations are utilizing corporate structures and platforms to promote ideas and practices associated with westernization. This trend can be observed in the domains of clothing, language, media, food habits, and general consumer behavior. The idea of westernization often implies the adoption of norms, values, and lifestyles that are dominant in Western countries, especially those rooted in materialism, individualism, and commercial consumerism. When corporates become tools for promoting such ideas, it affects not only economic structures but also the cultural and social fabric of a nation. One of the major ways in which corporates contribute to the promotion of westernization is through the spread of global brands. These brands, often originating from Western countries, carry with them not just products but also a specific aesthetic, identity, and set of values. For example, the emphasis on fast fashion, the preference for Western-style formal wear, and the widespread promotion of Western food products are all signs of how corporates can influence local cultures. Through advertising and marketing, corporates create a perception that Western lifestyles are more desirable, modern, and superior to indigenous ways of living. The impact of such messaging can be profound, especially on the younger generation. Schools, colleges, and urban workspaces often become places where westernized behavior is considered a sign of progress and sophistication. Language plays a crucial role in this process. The dominance of a foreign language in corporate offices, academic institutions, and even social gatherings suggests how language is used as a tool to support the spread of Western ideals. When organizations expect fluency in a particular foreign language to qualify for certain jobs or social roles, they indirectly promote cultural alienation from native languages and traditions. Mass media is another domain where corporates play a significant role in pushing westernized content. Entertainment companies, news agencies, and publishing houses often prioritize content that resonates with Western themes, values, and narratives. From the kind of stories told in films and television shows to the presentation styles of news anchors, there is a clear inclination towards a Western model of communication and storytelling. This further leads to the marginalization of local art forms, languages, and traditional knowledge systems. Food culture is another area where the influence of corporates in promoting westernization is clearly visible. The increasing presence of multinational food chains in urban and even rural areas has altered the eating habits of the population. Traditional foods, which were once deeply rooted in the cultural and climatic contexts of a region, are now being replaced by ready-to-eat, processed, and fast food options. These changes not only affect health but also contribute to the erosion of culinary heritage. Corporates often package Western food as more hygienic, convenient, and fashionable, thereby redefining what is considered aspirational eating. The celebration of festivals and social events is also being influenced by corporate-driven westernization. In many societies, local festivals and customs are gradually losing their importance in favor of celebrations that are more aligned with global or Western events. Corporates, driven by profit motives, often promote events that support consumer spending rather than cultural significance. For example, The promotion of certain global holidays or shopping festivals through marketing campaigns overshadows local observances. This shift leads to the commodification of culture and the reduction of meaningful traditions into opportunities for sales and marketing. Education is another critical field where corporates influence the cultural direction of a society. Many educational institutions, particularly those established or funded by private organizations, follow a curriculum that is heavily based on Western models. While there is merit in global exposure and learning, the problem arises when local knowledge systems, history, and languages are sidelined or presented in an inferior light. In such cases, education becomes a medium through which Western norms are normalized and local identities are weakened. The role of corporates in designing educational products, platforms, and services also contributes to this trend. Social media, a domain largely driven by corporate algorithms and profit strategies, has become a powerful tool for spreading westernized content. Influencers, content creators, and advertisements often project a lifestyle that aligns with Western standards of beauty, success, and happiness. The aspirational content circulated on these platforms shapes the desires and identities of individuals, especially the youth. As a result, traditional lifestyles, clothing, languages, and values are often seen as outdated or inferior. While exposure to different cultures is a natural consequence of globalization, the issue arises when it becomes a one-way flow. When the values of one part of the world dominate over others, it creates cultural imbalances. Corporates, in their pursuit of global markets and profits, may knowingly or unknowingly become vehicles for cultural dominance. The challenge is not with the adoption of positive practices from the West, but with the loss of balance and the displacement of indigenous culture. There is also a political dimension to this phenomenon. When corporates align with specific ideological goals, they may use their influence to shape public opinion in favor of a certain worldview. Through sponsorships, content control, and selective partnerships, they can marginalize voices that advocate for cultural preservation and diversity. The consolidation of media ownership in the hands of a few global corporate entities also means that narratives are controlled, filtered, and shaped in ways that benefit certain interests. The use of corporates to promote westernization is often subtle and systemic. It is not always an overt strategy but rather a consequence of the profit-driven logic of global capitalism. In conclusion, while corporates can be powerful agents of development and innovation, their use by some organizations to promote westernization poses challenges to cultural integrity and identity. It is important to remain aware of the influences that shape our preferences, behaviors, and aspirations. Only with this awareness can societies make conscious choices that allow them to engage with the world while preserving the uniqueness of their heritage. Stop.